it's Dr. Betty Robin with the Dentistry Rising podcast. You might know me as a dental practice broker from Orange County, California. I am a dentist as well as an attorney and broker, and it's my goal at this point to help you get where you want to go with your practices, to help inspire you, lead you in the right direction, and motivate you. So happy listening. Hi, you guys. It's Betty Robin again. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about respect, like respect as in the Aretha Franklin song. And I think it's a really important concept to a dental professional and to a dental office. And I thought about it because I've been to 2 different professional offices myself this week. And one, at my dermatologist office in Newport Beach, I feel very respected. And in another office I went to, I don't feel respected at all and don't want to go back. So I think it's really important that we're mindful of respecting our patients, our staff, and our profession. I mean, I talk a lot about money and success, which are very important to make our businesses work. But it's not all about that. So how do we respect our patients? I mean, since I personally experienced this in the last week, I think probably number 1 is being on time and respecting your patient's time. And I've been in some of your offices where people have patients in the waiting room and they're dawdling around on their phone or whatever they're doing, but not paying attention to patients in the waiting room. To me, that's just number 1 for a professional practice, is do your very best to schedule appropriately and to be on time for patients. And if you're not going to be on time, to communicate that to the patient, if possibly before they get to your office. And if that isn't possible, to talk to them while they're in the office and give them a choice whether they want to stay or go. So that's my number 1 on respecting patients. But I think it goes further than that. My number 2 is probably dressing nicely, looking professional, being appropriately groomed, shows patients and other people that you respect them, that you took time to put yourself together, to smell and look nice before you go to the office, and that you're acting like a professional. And third, I think you have to respect patients' money by recommending the most appropriate treatment for them and the problem they present with, a treatment that you would want for yourself. And there's a lot of other ways we can respect our patients as well, but those 3 things are probably the highest on my list. Now, how do we respect staff? This is kind of a biggie because a lot of us take our staff for granted, that they'll be there, that they'll do what we want them to do. But I think it's really important to remember staff are people too, and they have moods, they have lives, they have likes and dislikes about what they like to do, what they don't like to do, etc. And secondly, I think we have to respect staff's work hours. If you're constantly running late, you may make a staff member miss picking up a child, incur more childcare costs, miss a game that they want to go to for a child, or, whatever it is, even if they just want to meet their friends for happy hour. I think it's really, really important to respect staff's work hours. And if you do need to work late, to ask them if it's okay. I mean, you can always temporize a crown. You can always not do the additional filling, whatever. So I think that's a big part of how you get staff to do what you want them to do, is by having a mutual respect, which, like I said, for them, work hours is a big deal, that they get their lunch, they get out on time, that kind of thing. And how do we respect our profession? I think primarily by doing only what we're completely competent in doing and making the best possible referral to a specialist when necessary, not necessarily to your friend or not necessarily to your classmate, but to someone who you would want to go to if you had the same problem. And always by treating patients as you would treat yourself or your mother or your child. What kind of treatment would you want and who would you want to do it? So I think it's important to take a moment and consider respect for, all areas of your professional life as well as your personal life, but respecting the patient and respecting our profession and respecting the staff that allow us to become as successful as most of us are, I think are just really important things to think about. And I will leave you with that thought for this week. Have a good week. Dr. Betty Robin. Please subscribe on iTunes so we can get better and better at helping you make your practice dreams come true.